Welcome back to the Loveland Report and Lone Ranger, our first show of 2026. Thank you for tuning in. We've been talking about numbers. We've been talking about commercial markets. We're talking about how rates have come down. And Bruce, we're right around 6%, 6.25. I mean, it depends on what your credit looks like.
Lower than that, even 6.05 is the national average.
Uh-huh.
So that would put rates between 5.5 and 6.5, depending on really what you're buying. Investment properties may be a little bit more than that, but we are seeing a lot of investors jumping in because on my DSCR program, which is debt service coverage ratio, what that really means is the only income I'm using for the loan is the income that the property produces in rent. And as long as that rent is equal to your mortgage payment or greater, it's the only income we need to qualify. So investors are really liking that program. And we can oftentimes get that interest rate to be almost the same, if not even better, than a regular conventional
in the sixes?
Investor. Oh, yeah.
In the sixes? Okay.
Absolutely.
And you can have prepayment penalties or not. You get a better rate if you do a little prepayment.
Or you can waive the prepayment penalty.
And I think
on most DSCRs, you're going to have at least
I want to dive into, I want to talk about 1031 exchanges and stuff like that. But it's with rental properties, what I see, Bruce, is when I'll see somebody cash flowing nicely, like $500, $1,000 a month. That's good money for somebody. That's good semi-passive income. And what I see is when they're not saving it or reinvesting it, after about 2-3 years, or the economy gets a little rough, we're out. I want to sell it. I need the money. And it's not, just tough it out. Like, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. And that's why I see, because imagine, let's say I got a gentleman, you just did his loan. He bought himself a property on a couple acres with a garage, his dream for his race cars. And we're renting his old house. He's going to cash flow for the year. I did the numbers for him. He will make over $15,000 in rental income.
It's like $1,000, a little over $1,000 a month.
And I did all the savings for him on his mortgage and everything. And looking at that, and I said, all right, so that money each month, he's got a savings. I tell people, save yourself an extra, $3, $4, $5 in case something happens, which rarely does, but just in case, that you got your cushion there. But that $15,000 a year, reinvest that. Send that to,
and you have to look.
Then you're making even more money on your investment.
Sure. So it's funny because he asked me, he says, should I put that toward my mortgage? And I said, Drew, you have a 2.5% interest rate on that mortgage. Do not pay that thing down.
And he's young.
And now I said, if you want to take the rental income and you want to put it toward your primary, that's fine. But I wouldn't do that either, because you got a 6.25% rate on the primary, and I can make 11.5 to 15% in the market right now. Put your money in the market. But you know what? A lot of people are afraid of that. They're really just afraid.
And that's when I see people jump out. When I really have fun, Bruce, is when somebody does what's called a 1031 exchange. That investor comes to me, and I help some people do these all the time. And I have a gentleman right now, 5 old properties, owned them for 25 years, done it right. They're a little bit, they should have been renovated, or he should have done 1031s in the past. But I talked to him about this. I said, all right, let's 1031 this one, which really kind of needs a full remodel. It's okay.
Sure.
But let's 1031 this over to where he wants to downsize in Winter Garden. Him and his wife are in a big box, 4,000 square feet. Kids are gone. They want a single story ranch, probably 1,800, 2,000 square feet. I said, well, let's 1031. Let's switch that. Let's put you over in Winter Garden in that dream house of yours. We got to rent it for a while. You got to rent it for at least a year.
Because you can't do it owner occupied.
And then you move into that as your primary after we sell your big one, and you eliminate the capital gains on that. Because he bought these properties for like 30 grand each. For 2 of them, 30 years ago.
Oh my
gosh.
So
that's a massive tax bill. He probably have like $150,000 tax bill. So we're going to defer that. And what's amazing is when I first met this gentleman and talked to him about this, he goes, I've talked to 2 other realtors. Nobody mentioned that to me. They don't know what they are. They're just worried about getting their paychecks. So 1031s can be used.
We do have a strategy to our business.
You can kick the can down the road with the tax. There's ways around it. There's ways to help mitigate it. But sometimes paying the tax is not a bad thing. You made a profit. But be ready to pay the tax.
Yes.
All right. So
I'm not crazy about capital gains.
Call your CPA, ask them what the bill is going to be. Take that 20 grand, set it in a CD that matures when tax time comes around.
Absolutely.
But have the money. But I see it done wrong. I know how to do it right. Call me at 407-352-8118.
We've been in the business long enough. We've made mistakes. I'm not going to lie to you. I've made plenty of mistakes.
Bunches of them.
Right. And I continue to make mistakes. However, you've got people in here. You got Cleve and I that We've been down that road. We know what's worked and we know what doesn't work. Even our Leapfrog program. Matter of fact, we got a call coming in today from a Leapfrog client that went to our seminar back several months ago. We have designed our life so that we can help you not make the same mistakes we made, and we can help you grow your wealth faster because we've already taken the beating for you. So just follow our path. We'll lead you down the right road. I guarantee you, if you ever have any questions about our motives, why we strategize in a certain way or why we're advising you, then challenge us on it. Ask us questions, because I'll guarantee you, I am not going to put any of my clients in a position does not benefit you. My loan officers on my team, they're not even commission based. They don't get commission. So there's no reason for them to sell something to you that you don't need. My people are here to make sure that they always give you the right advice.
We take good care of our people.
We
Bruce,
take really good care of our people.
3/4 of my business was people I've dealt with before, or their friends and their family coming to me. I just sold a set of great grandkids for somebody my mom sold a house to for
Awesome?
$20,000 years, 50, almost 40 something years ago. So we will help you, take care of you. We're not buying billboards. We don't have a NASCAR team. We are out there in the trenches working with you guys to help you make money. That's right. So Bruce, real quick, I want to mention mom and dad's house.
Yes.
What do you do with that? I help a lot of people with this part of their real estate plan. And it's a good question, depending on what's going on. Now, moving just to get closer to family, they might need that money to buy another home where the family's at. Now, going into assisted living, when I come across there, sometimes should you rent that house or should you go ahead and sell it and put the money away? And that's when it comes in, I'll look at, all right, how much cash do you have already? Talk to your financial planner. How are we paying the $5,000 a month for assisted living? And then I'll go through that with them. I'll go over renting with them. And sometimes, a lot of times, this is one thing when adults go into assisted living, they're like, I'm coming back. I'm going to be back in that house. And it rarely happens. But what I see is when there's not a lot of cash, get the equity out of the house, invest it safely in bonds or CDs, and then use that money to help pay for retirement and pay for the assisted living costs. But if there is good equity and it's going to be a good rental, that's worthwhile. That could be some income to supplement Social Security or supplement a pension.
Who's going to manage it? Yep. If they're going into assisted living and they've got a daughter that lives in Michigan and a son that lives in California, maybe selling it's the right thing to do and not managing it. Who knows? Everyone's different, but we look at those situations on their own merit to give you the advice the options that you might want to have.
Yep.
My name's Bruce Woodburn. I'm the Loan Arranger. I'm here to help you with all your real estate financing, whether it's purchasing a home, maybe it's building a home, maybe it's renovating it. Maybe you need a reverse mortgage. Maybe you need a home equity line of credit. Maybe you're a foreign national. Maybe you know somebody that doesn't have U.S. citizenship, but they have a visa and they want to buy real estate here. I can help them with that. DACA. I do DACA transactions. I'm doing bridge loans for people that want to buy their new home before they sell their existing one. I'm doing investor transactions with no tax returns and self-employed transactions with no tax returns. We're doing cash out refinances for debt consolidation.
Have you done a weed loan yet?
We have weed money, but it's designed, I think, for really
people that own the dispensaries.
Okay,
it's not if you test positive.
No, you can't.
All right.
I don't loan you money to buy weed. That's not one of the things that I can do here. Nope. We do strictly real estate, but there are cannabis loans out there. I think those are probably more popular in California.
What I love about your company is like literally I have lenders call me, oh, I've got products for you. And like, I'll talk to anybody and help them with their business and tell them to come interview with you for a job position. Because when I ask them if they have a DSCR and do they have this kind of loan and bank statement loans and do they have in-house underwriting and all these things, I blow their mind like, oh God, I need to talk to Bruce. And that happens a couple times a year. But I just love that you guys are smart and ahead of the curve on that, getting all that stuff out there.
Well, you know what else I do that I know Cleve mentions from time to time is that we help our clients win. Okay. How do we help them win? Well, Cleve's going to help you win on the real estate end. I'm going to help you win on the mortgage end. But when you come to me and you're fully approved for your financing, so it's called a fast track loan approval, where before Cleve and his team go out and even find that new house for you to buy, I have your loan 100% fully approved.
Yeah, that's really important.
It's called fast track.
Yep.
Now, here's the benefit from that. You can close faster. You negotiate like you're a cash buyer because I guarantee the seller that I will pay that seller up to $500 a day for every day that we miss the closing.
Yep.
Now, I challenge all of you out there that are you just made application with another lender, maybe your bank, and you're going to go out and buy a home. I want you to take up the phone and see if they'll answer today, by the way. And if they do answer, ask them that if they'll guarantee my closing date or pay the seller up to $500 a day. Just go ahead and pick up the phone. Call Rocket, call Wells, call Bank of America, call Chase. You call any bank, Truist. Find out if they're willing to put their money on the line for you to win.
Yep.
If they are, you can stick
I
with
doubt it. I doubt
well,
it.
you know
Realtors,
they're not.
if you want to know your loan's going to be done and your buyer's a good buyer, just have them call Bruce, because you talk to people all the time that they shouldn't have had that buyer in the car.
They shouldn't have had the
Shouldn't have
buyer in the car. Or I talked to 2 clients this week that were told by their bank that they couldn't be done that way. And I'm like,
You got them done.
oh my gosh. I mean, come on, you people. Stop going to your bank and go to a person that all I do is mortgages. You don't need your bank. You need me. And you can test my rate against your bank if you want to. Put it to the test. I'm a national lender. I guarantee you we loan more money than your bank generally does.
Yep.
Maybe Wells Fargo loans a lot of money, but on mortgages alone, I think Cross Country Mortgage is right there under Rocket Mortgage is first. We're second. We're number 1 in retail. They do a little bit of everything, but they got us by an inch or so. But you shop Rocket, then call me, because I'll put their rates on a screen, on a Zoom alongside mine, because you make the decision.
Their rate's got the NASCAR team priced in. It's got
Sure
the stadium priced in. It's got all the national TV ads priced in.
Now they're trying to steer you because they're creating real estate companies and title companies. They're trying to corral it all into one place. Anyways, here's me. My name's Bruce. My last name's Woodburn. I go by the Lone Ranger. I've been in the mortgage business for 35 years. I buy and sell homes. I help people navigate the real estate transaction when it comes to your money. Cleve helps you navigate the real estate transaction when it comes to selling and buying and all the other obstacles that come into play. He's there to help you. My direct phone number, not my call center, is 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com.
All right. Cleve Loveland, 407-352-8118. If you need to buy a house, sell a house, or you got rental property you want to manage, I can help you with it. Take that off your plate. You know, Bruce, we grew property management. I like doing that. I'd rather see somebody become a landlord and leapfrog out of their old house. We rent the old house, rent their primary, get them another primary. I just think that is the quickest way to being a cash net worth millionaire one day.
I agree
on that, and at least having that money, that equity up over $1 million once you own 3 or 4 or 5 homes. It's just the fastest way to it. That power of leverage and the power of real estate appreciating.
Even if real estate goes up and down a little bit, it doesn't
mostly
go
goes up.
Down. It doesn't go up and down like the stock market does.
Yeah.
Right. You look at the stock market, you look at real estate's done very well. Yes, have we taken a few beatings here and there? Yeah, but not that bad. I mean, even if you look at, first of all, you can't go COVID because COVID was overpriced, right?
Yeah.
People overpriced. So
that heated things up, and we felt a little bit of that.
Go back to 2019.
Yep.
Where are we in prices compared to, say, 2018 and 19? I'd be curious to know where we are from that, because there is their benchmark.
We'd probably, if you eliminate COVID years, which were crazy, and then the last 3 years of Sleepy Joe that were kind of flat, we'd be a little bit behind, because we got some massive, we got a bump, and there were busloads of people coming here then, seeing that we were much, much more affordable than the rest of the country, which in turn moved us up from number 22.
We don't have the data in front of us for what the median price was in 18.
I can get that.
We can get that.
I can get it.
I'd be curious to know.
I think it was about 180, 190. Well, and now we're 380. Now we've doubled. Let's say we've doubled since then.
That's
in 6 years, 5-6 years, we've doubled.
So even if we lost 3%,
but we didn't
over the last 3, even if you did,
we didn't.
You gained so much more than that.
Oh yeah, by owning. Yep.
Absolutely.
So, yep.
Listen, Cleve and I here. Oh, we are out of time, brother. We'll be back in
Happy
5
New Year.
minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show.